My laptop. No, evening, Angela. Don't worry, darling. Mine's only going to be a short live anyway, beautiful. Just keep yours up. Honestly, don't worry. I apologise about my laptop. It's sounding like it's at an airport again, but I need to invest in a new one. But yeah, tonight's story is about Sarah Everard. Yeah, it's a very sad story tonight, but Sarah Everard was born in Surrey in 1987. Sarah grew up in York, where she attended Fulford School. She went on to study human geography at Durham University in 2005 to 2008. Sarah was living in Brixton Hill area and worked in marketing for a digital media company. On the 28th of February, I'm going to try not to. I've not done a live for so long, so I'm going to try not to knock myself off. Good evening, Carl. Big love to you. Honestly, Angela, don't worry, beautiful. I won't be on long. Honestly, bless you. I'm going to have to figure out to do this another way as well. But yeah, on the 28th of February in 2021, a police constable and firearms officer, Wayne Cousins, booked a white Vauxhall car from a hire company in Dover at 7 a.m. No, and at 7 a.m. on the 3rd of March, Wayne Cousins finished a 12-hour shift at the US Embassy in London before travelling to Kent to collect the hire car. He then drove back to London, where he was recorded as being in Earl's Court and on Battersea's Bridge after arriving in Clapham. He then drove back to Earl's Court again, then back to Clapham again, and at 9:23 p.m. So he ended up at Clapham at 9:23. Sorry, everyone, I'm a bit nervous because I've not done this in a while and it's such a sad story. Hello, Crazy Challenges. Hello, Marie C, my beautiful purple sis. Love you lots. Yeah, so he travelled back so he ended up in Earl's Court in Clapham at 9:23 p.m. But around about 9 p.m, Sarah Everard had left her friend's house on Leaf Wharf Road near the Clapham Junction. Sarah had walked along the side of the A205 South Circular Road across the Common, and that was en route to her home. I'm just going to change the picture. Bless you all. This is Sarah. She was caught on a door cam on her way. This was on her way to her friend's house earlier that evening. Bless her. Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it on Sarah for a minute though. But en route coming back home, Sarah was on the phone to her boyfriend, and in that time, for around like 15 minutes, they were talking on the phone, and they both arranged to meet the next day. And the call ended around about 9:28 p.m. And this is when Sarah was seen on a doorbell cam on Ponders Road, and 4 minutes later on a dash cam of a passing police car. At 9:34 p.m. that evening, Wayne Cousins had parked on a pavement outside Ponders Court, and he stopped Sarah. I'm just going to change the photo. He'd stopped Sarah and showed him his warrant card before falsely arresting Sarah and putting her in handcuffs. And he used the COVID guidelines that he had said that she had breached them. And at 9:35, they were both seen entering his car, and the route that he took with Sarah was seen by CCTV and number plate recognition. So he was seen by his number plate and the CCTV. I'm just going to change the photo again. Sorry, I have to do it this way. I really do need to figure out, but it's all learning, isn't it? I'm learning how to do this with my channel, and yeah, hopefully I'll get there. Bless you all. I'm not ignoring the chat, I'm just getting into the story. I know it's a sad one, and I do apologise and understand if it's too much for anyone to listen to. GTR Adventures, big love to you. I always say I'll stop doing that. Yeah, so around 11:43 p.m. they were both seen in Dover, and they got into Wayne Couzens' personal car. So they'd left the hired car and then got into his own personal car between 11:53 and 12:57 that evening. And within that time, his phone had connected to cell sites in the area of Gibbertswood. This is where it's believed that he brutally raped Sarah, and around about 2:34 a.m. he had then gone on to purchase a drink from a Dover petrol station. I'm just going to change the photo. This is where they were seen in his personal car, I think that is, or that might be the hired car. I do apologise. This is where he's gone on to purchase a drink after he brutally raped Sarah, and and this is where they believed that he had strangled Sarah as well by using his police belt. And this was concluded in Sarah's post-mortem that she had died from compressed to the neck. So later that day, Sarah's boyfriend contacted the police after Sarah did not turn up or return any calls or his messages. But later on that day as well, Wayne Couzens drove back to Kent, where he then went on to burn Sarah's body in a refrigerator. And on the 5th of March, he then went on to buy 2 big, large builder's bags from B&Q. I'm just going to change the photo. There he is on the CCTV camera. He went on to buy some from B&Q. Then he went into where he lives. There's some woods where he lives, and he went into the woods and disposed of the bags with Sarah's remains in. And there's like a pond, and that's where he disposed Sarah's remains. And then he went into work and said that he was suffering from stress and reported himself unfit for work. And on the 8th of March, so that was on the 8th of March. So he's then gone into work and said that he was unfit to work. And on the 9th of March, he was arrested in his home. It took it took the police an hour to actually get into his premises because he was inside trying to delete data off his phone. I've actually got the recording of him when they interviewed him in his home, and it is just sickening in how relaxed he is and like what he says. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play a little bit of it in with my video because yeah, I'm going to stop sharing this one. I have to remember to mute because it does echo. But what he says is just, yeah, it's just, and my story, as I go on into my story as well, I don't know whether you remember me doing a story about a lady called Holly Gazzard as well. Her dad has actually spoke out in his sentencing, this guy's sentencing, this Wayne Couzens sentencing, which I'll later explain. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop sharing this one and share screen again. I do apologise. This is it, isn't it? Yes. Right, let's go full and dark.
My name's. Do I have to put this up? No. All right. No. You want on the phone stuff? No. You sure? Yeah. All right. It's just more easier to talk to you. Yeah. With what we're talking about. Okay. My name's Dick. I want to take some questions. This is Annie. And Kirsch. And Mark Sales. Okay. So we're here to talk to you about Sarah. I'm going to show you a picture. Do you know Sarah?
I don't know.
Okay. Sarah went missing. I'll show you some pictures of her on the day.
Okay.
Sarah went missing on Wednesday. And her parents, obviously, and her family are really worried about her. The inquiry that's been conducted so far has led us to come and speak to you about it and to see what you know about Sarah. Okay. So.
I'm just pausing that. Can you hear that, everybody? I've just paused it. I didn't know whether you could hear it, and I don't want to share it if you can't. I don't want to play like the whole lot of it. Would someone be able to let me know? But I'll just carry on in the process. So basically yes, you could. Thank you, Crazy Challenges. Hello, big love to you. I'll keep playing it just so you get the gist of what he was actually saying when he was arrested. So of what he actually said, because he denies actually knowing Sarah and even seeing her.
Would you like to? Do you know where Sarah is?
No.
Right. Do you know anything about what happened to her?
I know that she went missing up in London somewhere. Just from what I've got on the news.
Okay. Have you been a person in that?
No, not personally.
Had any interactions with her?
What have I interactions with her?
It's very difficult because I can't go into a lot of the evidence. That's not part of what actually interview is. Okay. This interview is just about trying to find her. Because she's been missing for a while now.
Sat in handcuffs and know her. So you must have something to say that I know her.
Well, you've been arrested on suspicion of kidnapping now. And we believe that you've been involved in her disappearance and taking her away from her family.
Okay.
So we are trying to find her. Obviously, everybody is very worried about her. She's got, parents. She's got, she's siblings. She's got a boyfriend. There's a lot of people that care about her.
Sure,
If you've seen
sure.
her on the news, the number of people that are reaching out about her,
Sure.
they're looking for her every day, and she's missing. And our job, our primary job here, is to find her and to try and find her safe and well.
Okay.
Now, we believe that you know something about where she is, and that's why we're here, to look for her and to try and find her. And that's why we're talking to you now, is to try and get you to have a good think about it, and tell us anything you can about where we might be able to find her.
Okay. Well, I am in financial, and I've been lent on by, I don't know who they are. They're a group, a gang, whatever. And they told me, right, I need to go and pick up girls and get them to them. So I said, what's happening? And it then came through that they're going to harm my family, take them away, and they'll use them instead. At that point, I had no option.
I'm just going to stop it there, and I'm going to put it back on a video, because like the gist is he basically sort of denied even seeing Sarah or knowing her, and he came up with the story that Eastern Europeans were threatening his family, and if he didn't give them a girl, that they would come and hurt his family and stuff. So he came up with that story, and when the sort of police asked him how did he communicate with them, then they must have communicated with him somewhere. He sort of like stumbled, because he just didn't know what else to come out with, and like you just knew he was just blatantly lying, and like saying that he'd never seen her, even though they know that he knows that they've seen him on CCTV and stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to stop sharing that, but I'll leave it in the description below, the link, if you want to watch it. I'm just going to go back to my photos. Let's go on. I'm going to start, yeah, doing them where I can try and get it into a video, maybe will be better. Now this is even like, this is where it goes on as well. So he went on to say he was in financially difficulties in there, and yeah, and the gang of Eastern Europeans had threatened him and his family, demanding that he delivered another girl after underpaying a prostitute a few weeks before. So he really came up with a full story telling them. And on the 10th of March, the police did a search on the woods outside, just near his property, and that's when they found Sarah's remains. They were found in the pond in a large bag, and on the 12th of March, Sarah's body was identified by her denture records. On the 12th of March, a underwater search in the woodland in Kent was done for Sarah's phone. And this is the most frightening bit as well, because Wayne Couzens joined the police in September 2018, and in February 2020 he was assigned to the Parliament and Diplomatic Protection, the PADP, and he was responsible for protecting the government, like their premises, even though he had not undergone enhanced vetting as part of that recruitment, nor did he nor did he go through the 2-year probation period with the Met before joining the PADP, neither. On the 10th of March, the day Sarah's remains were discovered, that's where he was arrested in his home for the suspicion of Sarah's murder. And on the 11th of March, he was then hospitalised following a head injury whilst he was alone in his cell. On the 12th of March, he appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court, and on the 13th of March, he was remanded in custody before appearing at the Old Bailey via a video link from Belmarsh Prison. On the 8th of June, he pleaded guilty to kidnap and rape and admitted responsibility to Sarah's death. His barrister asked if the judge would consider him eligible for parole in his 80s. And I really like agree with like what the judge said. I really do. You know, he was right in what he said. You know, Wayne Couzens, he would not be eligible for parole. He had irretrievably damaged the lives of Sarah's family and friends and eroded the confidence that the public are entitled to have in the police force in England and Wales. And the misuse of a police officer's role justified the steepest sentence. And, you know, that he is somebody that we should feel safe and protected by. And, you know, and Sarah wasn't, and, you know, and he should never be released. And that's what the judge gave him, a life sentence without parole. And I went on to sort of like research a bit more, and I don't know if you remember me doing a video a little while back about Holly Gazzard, who was stalked and brutally murdered by her ex, and her dad actually done an app, and since Sarah's was murdered, 60 to 80,000 people have now gone on to download that app, and it is very true. In Holly Gazzard's dad actually spoke out about Sarah's murderer, Wayne Couzens, and said, you know, a life is for a life, and that is such a true statement. And even though his role was a police officer, and you know, you should have felt safe and feel safe, you know, he will never be released. But you know, in a way, you know, the law has to change. You can't just, like, you know, a life is for a life, and it is so true what Holly's dad said. You know, every murderer that has murdered somebody has took somebody's child, or you know, somebody's daughter, son away, and you know, 24 years minimum just isn't enough, and it will never bring them back. And yeah, this is such a sad story, and I really hope that, you know, it changes, the law changes in some way, and to help protect females out there, children out there, men out there, even men, you know, and it is happening. And yeah, so I've left a few links in the description below. The police have actually brought out their final report on what's happened with Sarah, and that's in the link description below. And yeah, my heart and thoughts just go out to Sarah's family. And yeah, it's such a sad story, very sad, Marie. Yeah, and big love to everyone. Thank you for popping in and listening. I'm a bit I've not done it for a while, so I've been a bit nervous this evening. But yeah, it's so sad, and you know, more has to be done. And yeah, and if you haven't subbed to Holly Gazzard's YouTube page, please go and subscribe, because that app is amazing. And yeah, it can save like others out there as well. So yeah, big love and respect to everyone, and thank you for popping in. Big love, Crazy Challenges. Big love, Marie C, my beautiful purple sis. GTR, big love to you. Honestly, your channel's amazing. Jake Away Day, big love to you. Sorry I didn't see you there, Jake. I was chatting away as usual. Princess Angela, big love to you, beautiful, and I hope you're okay. Bless you. I don't want to miss anyone. Carl, big love to Carl. He's so funny. Carl, so funny. Bless him. Louise, hello, beautiful. I was wondering if I could contact you somehow, because I'd like to have a little chat with you, if that's all right, Louise, if you're still around somehow, if that's okay. Big love to you, Louise. I hope you're okay as well. Yeah, big love to everyone. Thank you for popping in. Honestly, I'll pop in if you're going live in a minute, Angela. I'll pop in, darling. Angela is live at 11. See you at 11. Love you too, darling Angela. Big love. Big love. We'll see you at 11. Peace out, everyone. I'm going to... That's the prison where he'll be spending. And I'm going to just leave it with a beautiful picture on Sarah. I don't want to leave it on a photo of anything else yet. She was such a beautiful, kind, loving lady. Yeah, you know, rest in peace, Angel. Big love. Peace out.